Hi and welcome to Best in Tesla. So Tesla might have made such a big leap in manufacturing, battery production, full self-driving software, supercomputers, data collection and the cybercab that a whole new possibility has emerged that will help Tesla accelerate their mission to a sustainable future and might even save some of the old legacy automakers in the process. So, let's check out this new speculation of Tesla selling the real product to the competition, and let's dive right in. So I read this post from a guy from Japan, thanks to Geo for sharing this post, that I got Croc to translate for me so I could see what it was all about. And I think this could actually be a real chance that this could come true. Because with Tesla's next generation production method, their lead will be so big that it might be easier simply to buy the whole package from Tesla, not just leasing a full self-driving software, but buy the whole package, the real product, the factory. Because if they don't, they will simply not be competitive with Tesla. So let's try to dive into this text and the speculation of what might be a plausible future for Tesla, because this would actually be in line with Tesla's mission to accelerate the transition to a sustainable future of transportation. So as they wrote in this post, translated by Croc of course, so there might be some small mistakes here and there, but as they wrote, before this talk it seemed like Elon really intended to make 20 million electric cars a year with Tesla. But when he started both Giga Texas and the Berlin factory simultaneously and tried to ramp up production, he probably realized that it was taking too much time and money, signaling a red light or red flag for achieving Tesla's mission. This is around the time when he called Gigafactories a money furnace in an interview. True, but I might just add here, I don't think this is the reason why his goal might have changed, because Tesla's factories are still very good return on investment, as Ron Barron has also explained many times before, that Tesla spent maybe $5 billion on building a factory, but those factory will, when fully ramped, will probably be able to make something like $10 to $15 billion in revenue every single year going forward. So even though Elon has said they were money furnaces, this is only in the beginning when they're ramping up, not when fully ramped, and not something that comes as a surprise for Tesla. But Tesla could make the change to their company, as they're talking about in this post, because they are getting so close on solving full self-driving that they might not get to the $25,000 car. But let's check that one out later. But as they continued in the post, so he changed his strategy. The idea was to make at least one Gigafactory well, set it up as a showroom and then sell the model to various investors. This way, unlike Tesla, which could only build 1 or 2 factories at a time due to limited funds, multiple factories could be built in various countries simultaneously, accelerating the transition to electric vehicles he envisioned. But easier said than done, finding someone with the gut to buy this setup. While pondering over these issues, the goal of 50% annual growth was coming vague, and China, having transitioned to electric vehicle at neck-breaking speed, started exporting due to expensive products. Thus, Elon decided to pivot. Let's sell gigafactories that produces autonomous vehicle based on vision, which even China can't match. I think this is why the robotaxi production line was moved from Mexico to Texas. Well, Elon has already told us that they moved to Texas because he wanted the whole team to be working at the production line, from designers, engineers, manufacturing and automation all together at one place, and he didn't think he could get all of them to move to Mexico, so that is why he decided to build the first unboxed production method in Texas. This is not speculation, Elon has already told us. But they continued at this post. At the time, Elon was confident that with just GPUs and data, autonomous driving could be solved through end-to-end driving or end-to-end neural network, leading him to boldly change his approach again. He began building data centers and accelerating the development of the robotaxi. Time has passed and full self-driving was nearing completion, and with robotaxi development also reaching its final stage, from Elon Musk's perspective, it was time once again to convince potential factory buyers. He rented Warner Brothers Studios at great expense, hopped into a cybercab for everyone to see, and clapped his hands in prayer, saying, "The only company that can make money by mass-producing mobility for the future is Tesla. Our aim isn't to make money by selling cars, but to accelerate the transition to electric vehicle. This goal can only be achieved if you all build gigafactories around the world simultaneously." I recall the Stellantis CEO being at the event for the Optimus Robot 2. So after going through all of that, rather than trivial event like Ford licensing only full self-driving or another car company adopting Tesla's 4680 cell battery pack, it feels more realistic that these money men would actually sign contract for the whole gigafactory package, which would include all of Tesla's technologies, full self-driving software, 4680 cell batteries, Optimus robot workers, the 48-volt architecture, gigacasting, structural battery pack, and etc. The stock price, which has been flat for 4 years, might have been the time where shareholders sacrificed while Elon waited for what could be one of the hardest decisions in manufacturing history: to buy someone else's factory key. And I, like everyone else, believed that the time for this pain to be rewarded is not far off. So some of this actually makes a lot of sense, because Tesla's factory and the next generation production method will put Tesla so far in front that no one else will be able to keep up, not even close, with Tesla's cost of producing an electric autonomous vehicle. Just like Jim Farley have said himself that they don't think they will ever be able to catch up to Tesla with their low cost of producing an EV, so they are only aiming for about 6% margin on EVs in the future, and that is before Tesla's unboxed production method that Ford has declared defeat on EV production, and not including the Cybercab. That will be cheaper to produce than Ford will ever be able to produce a normal electric vehicle, making them completely uncompetitive in the near future. And with the new information we have from Tesla and Jordan from the limiting factory that has gone through all the information showing that there is a chance that Tesla's 4680 cell will become as cheap as $50 per kilowatt hour, and is already today as cheap to produce for Tesla as any other third-party supplier battery available in the US. So it does make sense when you think about it that Tesla has ended up with them making all the main ingredients for an autonomous vehicles themselves. The full self-driving chip made in collaboration with chip makers, of course, but then also the 4680 cell, the supercomputer they're making for data centers, the data collection, of course, and the production method that no one else can keep up with.
The revolution in manufacturing that will be represented by that car will blow people's minds. It is not like any car production line that anyone's ever seen.
So it would be easier for Tesla to try to get other automakers that are truly struggling right now all over the world, and that would only get worse, and all the old legacy automakers have basically given up on autonomous driving. But Tesla will, in a couple of years, have not only the full self-driving robotaxi, but they will be able to build that robotaxi for about $15,000 to $20,000 from all that we know from the unboxed production method and the Cybercab. So instead of Ford only leasing Tesla's full self-driving software and putting that technology into their own EVs that right now cost them about $100,000 to build, as they lose about almost $40,000 for every EV they sold, and their average selling price of their EVs is $55,000 to $60,000. So even though Ford would get Tesla's full self-driving technology, they would not be even close on being competitive with their own very expensive EV setup they have right now. So if they want to be part of the future of autonomous EVs, their only chance might actually be to buy the whole package from Tesla. The real product, the factory, the machine that builds the machine, because Tesla will also be able to build these factories much faster than Ford can build a factory, and then someone like Ford will be able to build robotaxi afterwards for about $15,000 to $20,000. So this could be the thing that actually saves some of the legacy automakers if they are not too proud to do this. Because remember, you and I will be able to buy a robotaxi from Tesla for about $30,000. So if Ford wants to be a legit automaker making EVs that drives themselves, well, they have to get Tesla's formula. But this will also help Tesla's mission to accelerate the world to sustainable transport, as Tesla could then sell these factories to Toyota, Hyundai, Kia, Volkswagen Group, all the Germans, and Ford and GM, and so on. And then instead of Tesla building a couple of factories at a time, they could suddenly have 10 factories being built at the same time, accelerating Tesla's mission. So Tesla and all the others will suddenly be able to outcompete someone like Waymo, because Tesla and the other guys can make a general solution for full self-driving and Waymo cannot. And it will be way cheaper than what Waymo could do. So this would also make Tesla's full self-driving system the winning formula for almost all autonomous driving in the world. And Tesla will, of course, get some money, some percentage of their vehicles from all the other guys. So most people, including most analysts, think that the autonomous race is to see who can make the first full self-driving car that technically works. So they look at Waymo, that is operating right now in limiting small areas, the geofenced areas, and say, look, they're winning, they must be in the lead. But the real race is to see who can make a full self-driving network of cars that is safer, more convenient, and more economical than a human driver. And viewed in that light, Waymo is so far behind Tesla they can't even see them with a telescope. In the absence of Tesla, Waymo would eventually surpass human drivers and eventually become profitable if they could remain solvent long enough. But as soon as Tesla flipped the switch for the robotaxi service, Waymo is dead. There's no pivoting, there's no catching up here. And that is why Tesla's real product, the machine that builds the machine, might end up being the thing that the others will buy, maybe even someone like Waymo, if they want to stay in the game, as they cannot catch up with the huge lead that Tesla has in production method. Combined with the full self-driving software, the supercomputers, the data collections, the 4680 cells, and even Tesla's robot. And Tesla has also shared just how efficient they expect the Cybercab to be. The Cybercab will be built on their next generation platform, of course, which include their new powertrain, which is estimated to have 5.5 miles per kilowatt hours, as Tesla wrote their most efficient one yet. While Waymo, as right now, is using a Jaguar I-Pace. That is a very inefficient EV, but again, they are just buying EVs from automakers, now from Kia and Hyundai, and then fitting them with all these expensive sensors. They will never be competitive to Tesla. Remember, Waymo have had robotaxis on the street for 7 years and is still losing money, and they have just raised a lot of money, $5.6 billion in a capital raise. So Waymo still needs to raise money here 7 years after they have started their robotaxi service. This should show you how inefficient and slow scaling their business model is. Tesla's Cybercab will be cheaper to buy for you and me than the sensor suite that is needed on a Waymo car, as Argen West has shown before. That is about $40,000. Waymo is simply not a competitor to the Tesla Cybercab, not even close. Tesla has simply outperformed everyone in manufacturing by such a big margin. It makes more sense for them to buy the whole package from Tesla than even trying to copy what Tesla is doing here. And that was Tesla's goal, right? As Elon told us at Battery Day 4 years ago, to be head and shoulders about everyone else in manufacturing. That is their goal.
But not every company will be great at manufacturing. Tesla will be absolutely head and shoulders above anyone else in manufacturing. That is our goal.
And if they can get the other guys to buy their factories, they can get the whole world to accelerate the transition to a sustainable future faster. So a win-win for you and I as consumers, a win-win for our planet, a win-win for legacy automakers, as they will actually have a chance to survive, and a huge win-win for Tesla, as they will, of course, earn money on all of this. And thank you for watching. And until next time, take care out there and be nice.